going on, ladies and gents? Kages here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're diving into Digimon Beatbreak episode 20, titled Proof of Genius. Last week was absolutely very dark, given everything what happened, right? The human trafficking, the dark evolution to Azdarmon, and Yume losing Tinkermon, which is emotionally heavy. And today's episode just switches gear, kinda lean more to my territory, which is this jaw-dropping, intense battles. They got a lot of animators participating this episode, and the GOAT, now Toshishida-san, popping off once more. And of course, the previews just set the mood for what to come. We got the Digimon Coliseum, like what? And finally, we get a deeper look at Soda Raido's past. And boy, oh boy, there's a lot to unpack here, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the episode. The episode began with Clay Arslan, one of the Gogyosei, showing up in Garando. And right away, the vibe? Political, dangerous, calculated. He starts with how Glowing Dawn has cost him several billions with what happened. And that Tinkermon by herself, worth 100 million credits. So the least Kyo can do here is have a drink with him. Like, whoo, remember that Bomber Nanimon cost million? But 100 million? Dang, no wonder they're so mad. Then Clay and Kyo have this long conversation, and when Kyo asks if Chairman Wong is involved, Clay just casually drops, "It's no longer that old man's era," and that line is cold. And then he tries to recruit Kyo. "If I teamed up with Kyo the Golden, World Union would be in our hands." On the surface, Clay presents himself as a philanthropist, clean image, respectable, influential. We know all this already. But behind the scenes, he's using Digimon to generate money as a tool. And it sounds like his ambitions goes way beyond that. He doesn't just want power, he wants the World Union itself. And Kyo starts talking about how both of them are just the same, and it disgusts him. Kyo mentions that Chairman Wong believes Digimon are a power granted to him. And when you think about it, Wong is the head of the World Union, the organizations that manufactures the Sapotama. So if Digimon are born from those eggs, does he also see them as property? That implication is honestly disturbing. So yeah, buddy boy, teaming up with you? I don't think so. And look, the thing with Clay that got me, I really think he'd be, yeah, I did what I did, it's fucked up, kind of remorse or some sort like that. It's just one of his businesses, right? Like, bro is not trying to be somebody else like that. No, he's a piece of crap, and he knows he's a piece of crap, and he indulges in it, right? We don't know how he grew up, etc., but Clay, for what he is, I enjoy him as a character, as a villain, of course. He might be up there, right? And then Clay leaves Kyo with this: "Please don't interfere any further. I do not want to hurt your family." Oh my god, that's not even subtle. That's a threat. If someone with that much power told me that, I'd be shaken immediately. Like, even Kyo wouldn't want that heat. Later on, Kyo gets a request to gather evidence of Clay's wrongdoing by Zaki. It's Kawarazaki, right? But you know, if Yoshi calling him that, he's Zaki from now on. So Zaki over here is very clear he's been investigating Clay for a while now, it seems, but he just don't have the evidence, especially against a Gogyosei, saying how he's protected by money and power. And also, the female buyer that got caught last time got cold-hearted inside the ministry. Shit, I was like, dang, that's just like in the movies. And I think it's Naito's work, right? He's the one that could open up Mirror World like that. Even Tomura and Makoto are begging Kyo so much so they could set Raido and Hotaruko-chan free, away from tactics. And this shows how having a community, having people that care about you, goes a long way. Even if you're feeling like you're alone, even if you're feeling like nobody cares about you, you know, there's always somebody out there that can offer a helping hand. And yeah, we're spot on of how they feel about tactic, especially of how this plays out it just did it for me, man. But Kyo over here refuses. He says if you get involved with the 5 stars, the Gogyosei, it won't just end with injuries. And I think that firmness, that wasn't pride. It wasn't fear either. It's more important than that. Protection. After that threat about his family, of course he drew the line, and we all know how Kyo values his family. Now things escalate fast, right? Tomoro goes on to visit Asuka in the hospital, normal, calm setup, but then he runs into Gekkomon, just staring at him. And yeah, Gekkomon still has Asuka's E-Pulse. He casually put it in his pouch. I'm like, that's so cute. They try to fight. Tomoro and Gekkomon gets knocked out instantly, and I'm so happy to finally see this pistols form from his staff. I always knew he could do that shit, but I just don't know how it looked like, because he, and I was like, okay, that's how you do it. And the way he used it to open up the mirror world is just aura, dude. And Hitomi-chan witnessing all this is also funny. And so they wakes up in the mirror world, and waiting there is the Digimon Coliseum. No explanation, no consent, just thrown in there. Tomoro and Gekkomon are forced to participate. And their first opponent? Greymon. And I'ma be real, I think this is epic. Having a battle between partner Digimon that represents different eras, adventure and Beatbreak in one arena, I did not expect that. Yeah, they got some random Saponushi owner as a partner to Greymon, but honestly, just seeing Greymon animated like that again was enough to get me hyped up. And the fights? Dude, the impact frame is immaculate. It's obvious Armalizamon overpowers Greymon here, but I love how they respect Greymon and put honor on his name by not just letting Greymon get, this one-shotted, but having him fights back and trying to evade all of Armalizamon's neutron diffuser, which is amazing. I just love when Beatbreak does this. Then the next opponent is revealed. Rido and Monodramon. Now here's the interesting part. Clay didn't even know Tomoro and the others were entered into the Coliseum, which means someone else did it. And since Gekkomon Saponushi is Kaneda Genjo, this has Genjo written all over it. He's been clashing with Kaido, now he's interfering with Clay too. Like, what is going on? But remember earlier when Clay said it's no longer Chairman Wong's era? So clearly, there are factions forming. We got Kaido and Honoka-chan that seems to be doing their job, neutral I guess. And then we got Clay's faction that wants Wong gone. We don't know who else with him on this. Then Genjo seems aligned with the current systems, but I don't think he's just loyal, right? He might be positioning himself as the successor. And this is another aspect of why I love about Beatbreak. There are just so many characters, everyone has their own agenda, and the story doesn't spoon feed you who's right or wrong. It just moves, unpredictable, layered and all that. It just keeps you guessing. Now we get into the emotional core of the episode. Rido. Soda Rido. We learned he was fired from Tactics at the location where Tinkermon was deleted. So that punch was the last one, I guess? I don't know if that was the only reason though, but clearly that was the breaking point. And now he's been sent into the Coliseum. And from what we can tell, Rido believes that if he keeps winning here, he can return to Tactics. I don't know, can he though? Like, would Naito really give him another chance after all that? I doubt it, right? They literally lost billions credits, right? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Then we finally learn about Rido's childhood. He was labeled a genius from the start, right? Games, sport, academics, anything he saw once, he could replicate perfectly. There was nothing he couldn't do, except one thing: controlling Digimon. And that was the one area where his genius didn't work. And I think that hit him harder than anything else. So he worked, he climbed, he forced his way into Tactics. And when he said before, I've seen a perfect level before, so I can control one too. and how he forced Ramphomon to evolve, that wasn't just arrogance, that was obsession. If he's alone, Raido can do anything. But when another being is involved, someone with emotions, will, resistance, he can't control the outcome. And that's what frustrates him. That moment last episode where he almost punched Monodramon, now it all makes sense. It all clicked for me over here. And on the other side, we got Clay and Naito trying to figure out who this hacker is. We don't even know who's on Genjo's side. I do not know if Genjo is a hacker or some shit. And Hotaruko-chan being super worried about Raido's condition really hits hard for me, man. And Glowing Dawn, we got Kageromon tracing the Digimon Coliseum stream and track the location. Even Yoshi is saying like, man, you sure about doing this? You'll be facing Gogyosei. And Zaki too, being nervous. But seeing Kyo's eye, we come to a realization, if his family is involved, it's on, baby! Dude, that gave me chills. So yeah, the match begins. Tomura tries to convince Raido to escape together, like there is no need for us to fight here. And here's where it gets dark. The losing Saponushi, the owner, gets cold-hearted. And Tomura asks Raido this, do you really not know about that? About all the people that you beat here? Are you making Monodramon fight knowing the consequences? He's hurting people by winning. And from his reaction, I don't think he knew, but doesn't seem like he cared. And honestly, seeing that expression on his face surprised me. I thought he'd just say, whatever, right? But maybe he doesn't actually want to hurt anyone, right? And I'm glad Haruomi and Commandramon is also mentioned here. And even so, he evolves Ramphomon into Azdarmon again for his own sake. Then we got the fight scene. From Gekkomon versus Ramphomon, how Gekkomon tries to punch him, to him getting slammed to the ground. Hey, Gekkomon knows he's holding back too. And him getting away from Azdarmon, dude, I'ma be real. I'm just so locked into it. Beautiful animations, beautiful frames. The animators did a phenomenal job over here, dude. It's crazy. And of course, the legend, the GOAT, Naoto Shishida-san's animations is just, god damn, chef kiss. Gekkomon then says, Azdarmon is crying inside, suffering, but still fighting, just to prove Raido is a genius. That hurt, right? Man, Azdarmon is so devoted, so selfless. He's honestly too good for Raido. And since they can't talk it out, Tomura's like, I can't do this anymore. Can't risk Gekkomon like that and ask for the Sapotama. And the way Gekkomon's animated here on frame 1 giving the egg, absolutely give me the chills, brother. Then he evolved into Armalizamon. And it's just cinema from here on out. He moves like a Beyblade, crush gear, maneuvering throughout the arena, confusing Azdarmon and hit him in the gut, full speed. Cool! That feels good. Even Raido like, how are they moving faster and stronger now? Then he got more mad and went over his limit again, making Azdarmon goes berserk for the second time. But Armalizamon swiftly evades all attacks and in the middle of it shoots out his neutron laser, countering it. Dude, I was locked in. Like, okay, what's happening? And Tomura keeps on shouting to Raido, still trying to reach out to him. He's saying, just stop it, man, you're hurting them, forcing them fight like that. And Raido just, I don't know, dude's just on his own state of mind, on his realm or whatever madness he's in right now. Keeps on saying how he could replicate what he saw in Kyo and Naito. He's the genius. And here's the funniest thing ever. When things start going airy, when things start going crazy, you're becoming full aware of something important sometimes. And for Raido, I think it's when he see eye to eye with Azdarmon, watching his partner putting his life on the line for him, for his selfish obsession, and realizes how Tomura and Almarizamon share the same emotions, how they amplify each other's E-Pulse because they're aligned and all that. Meanwhile, Raido is only thinking about himself, as Darmon is only thinking about Raido. They're not walking together. They're facing different directions, and because of that, their power can't fully manifest. And when Raido realizes this, it was all over. He completely loses the will to fight, and Tomura says, "I admit, you're genius, but I'm taking you down today for your own sake." Together with Armalizamon, as Darmon shoots his Tri-Carve Rain, and Armalizamon using his double Giga Neutron Blade and easily counter it and end it right there. And the episode ends with his defeat. The battle animation this episode was insane, not gonna lie. Everything moved so smoothly, the clean choreography, and revealing Raido's past here was such a smart move. It just recontextualizes everything. You don't have to agree with him, but now you understand him. And honestly, I feel like this is the beginning of a real growth for him. I don't know about him joining the Glowing Dawn, but I see him and the Tactics starting a cleaner team alongside Hotaruko and Granite, or maybe have Haruomi join them, right? I mean, it's just that I see something in Monodramon, right? Putting his allegiance and support Raido fully, right? I like that. And most importantly, I just hope I get to see what Azdarmon Mega Form look like. It'll be such a shame if his Mega Form just introduced in the reference book, Toei just like, yep, here it is. Ugh, I hated it every time Digimon does that. And next episode, the one beside you. Tactics arc climax kind of vibes. Kyo and the gang crashes the Coliseum from what it looks like. Ludamon evolution gonna take place, I assume. And yeah, it's about to go crazy. And I'm excited. And it's gonna worth the wait. So guys, what are your thoughts on this episode? What are your thoughts on Raido, the Coliseum, Raymon, and all that? You know what I mean? Cool. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and as always, this is Kage signing off. Stay sharp, and I'll catch you on to the next one. Peace.